field to be introduced? Oh, sure. All sides.
Dean Levin, CBS Oklahoma City. How does it feel for perhaps the first time in a setting to be introduced as your Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield?
It's still a deal. You know what? It's unbelievable for me. Dream come true. It's an honor, that's for sure.
Matt Napolitano, Fox News Radio. Congratulations, Baker. You're now the third Sooners quarterback to win since 2003. That's good to be part of that legacy.
There's a tradition at OU that second to none, and I've enjoyed playing for them, and because of the tradition, the standard set so high. So for me, I've loved it. I've loved every second of it, and just to be in consideration in the discussion with those guys is pretty special.
John Gruber, the franchise and Sporting News. Does it feel, the question about how it felt earlier, you just kind of surreal, does it feel like you dreamed it would? Does it feel like maybe you imagined it would, or is it better than that?
There was no way I could ever imagine how this feels right now. You know, it's the highest honor you could possibly receive, and it's unbelievable. Like you said, it's a dream right now, and I'm just trying to enjoy it. Luckily, I got a family here and coaches and some friends here to enjoy with me.
Baker, Keith Russell from CBS Dallas. With obviously the way you're adored in Oklahoma, how can you put into words what it means for you to represent the state of Texas? As I can tell, you have pride by that pen on your lapel, and all the kids who look up to you in that state.
It's a privilege to have a platform like that. You know, to come from the great city of Austin, I take a lot of pride in where I'm from. I think it's a strong reason of who I am today and why I am who I am. So it's a privilege to get to represent those people. For those kids to look up to me now, it's an honor, you know, because at one point I was that kid looking up to a Sooners quarterback, and so for me, I'm enjoying it.
Danny Davis, Austin American safety figure. You clearly got emotional while talking about your family during your acceptance speech. Your parents were crying in the audience. So what does it mean for you to kind of share this moment with your family? And you talked about sacrifice and all that stuff.
No, it's, you know, we've shared the good and the bad times together, and that's what makes this so special. You know, there's been a lot of ups and downs, and so it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you come and how you fight through it. And for us, we've stuck together as a family, and that means a lot to me. And it's been the reason why I've been able to, you know, have the success.
Dylan Buckingham, NBC Oklahoma City. Baker, you've always played well under pressure. Do you feel any extra pressure going into the college football playoff game now with this award now in your possession?
No, for me, I'm enjoying this. Don't get me wrong, it's special, but the mindset going into that game it's got to be win or lose when you go home. So, and I love those types of games. You give it everything you have, and that's what I think I make for.
Baker Kittrick his way 3 in Louisville. What did your good buddy Lamar say to you after you won it, and did he give you any advice going forward?
He tried to tell me not to cry before I looked at him in this interview series. So I love Lamar. Between him and Bryce, those are good people, and it's kind of like, you know, being up there on stage with the past winners. It was genuine guys. It's a pleasure to be around them. It's a blessing. It's been fun to be around them all these past couple of years, and it's a friendship that's going to be always for a lifetime.
Andrew Turnoff, Spectrum News, Kentucky. Obviously, you and Lamar were talking about speeches last year, right before you guys went on stage or whatnot. How did you come up with what you were going to say this year?
You know what? Everybody asked me if I had something prepared. I didn't write anything down or really put it together until today. I wanted to go through the whole process of being around everybody again and soaking it all in until, you know, and finishing up right before I got dressed. And so, to me, it's always in a person to show my emotions, to be bluntly honest, and that speech I gave, I think, shows that. I'm proud to be who I am. I'm proud of what it's taken to get me here, and then I'm also proud to say I've had a lot of help along the way.
Coach, right here.
Hey Baker, Eric Bailey from Tulsa World. You know, we've talked so much in past weeks about having your statue in Heisman Park in Oklahoma. Now that you realize it's going to happen, just your thoughts knowing that you'll have a statue there for all time.
know, that's in the conversation of thinking about the kids that they go to the tailgates and go to game day, and they just love OU. And so for me now to eventually have a statue there in Heisman Park in Norman, unbelievable. You know, I hope that I leave my legacy as, you know, I'm not done yet, but I leave my legacy as somebody that never gave up. And so those kids, if they love OU as much as I did, to chase their dreams.
Baker, third row on the right.
Baker, Ralph Russo from the Associated Press. You know, I know you say you're always just happy to be here when you get here the last year, or you come in fourth the year before. How much does that sort of drive you to get here? You're such a competitor. Did it bother you at all when you didn't win in past years?
No, you know, I told Lamar he deserved it. He was talking about earlier in the speeches. I knew he was going to win. He had played so well last year, and yeah, it's motivating for me to be the best in the country. It's not about motivating to win the award, but I want to be the very best, and so that's where the motivation comes from.
Far left, second row.
Hey Baker, congratulations on your award, I guess. What is your message to any NFL teams who are doubting you at this moment right now?
Not worried about that right now. I got 2 more games to prove what I'm made of.
Oh, no, right.
Yeah, Baker, regarding the Heisman legacy, you talked about the statue, and you were in the room with those guys and all those portraits. Do you feel now an added responsibility I don't want to get too negative here, you know, the stuff that happened on the sideline in Kansas, stuff that happened in Fayetteville? Do you feel an added responsibility knowing that Heisman legacy is hovering over you now for the rest of your life, to kind of, you know, live the straight and narrow, so to speak?
It's nothing negative. It's not a responsibility. It's not a burden. It's a privilege to have that, you know, associated with your name. So that's something that I'm going to take pride in, and I'm going to represent these guys well, because it's, like I said, the most special honor you can receive in college football, and it's a blessing.
Third row center.
Baker, Colby Hart, ESPN. When you look at your story, two-time walk-on, you know, the twists and turns that you mentioned that you've kind of gone through, that John was just asking about as well. What does your message, your story, what does that send to kids who hope to be in this position that you're in today?
There's got to be self-confidence, you know, between social media and I mean, all sorts of things in today's day and age. There's a lot of negativity, but you know, there's something to be said about just having good old confidence in yourself and just true belief. And so for me, my journey, like I said earlier, is not over, but it's about, you know, facing adversity. If there's mistakes, being upfront about it, and then moving forward and being better in the future.
All right, Baker, at this time we're going to ask Coach Riley to not take from John. Any questions for Coach? Front, left side, behind, John.
Yeah, Lincoln, John Hoover, the franchise and Sporting News. I was just thinking, if the Big 12 had never overturned its decision, you know, the next day to restore Baker's 5th year, this whole season would look different. No Heisman for him, obviously, and probably no college football playoff, although you never know. What are your thoughts about how he has kind of, I don't know, grabbed the reins of this thing, you know, granted a 5th year of eligibility, he's taken it to another level?
Oh, he's just taking advantage of his opportunities, just like he's done, you know, all of his life. And, all he wanted was a chance. You know, all he wanted was a chance, you know, to be a starting quarterback in Lake Travis. All he wanted was a chance to be the starting quarterback at Texas Tech and Oklahoma, and you know, a chance to earn scholarships. And you know, when he's had those chances throughout his life, he's proved himself. And this year's been a little different.
Coach, third row, right side.
Ralph Russo with the Associated Press. When Baker was starting to talk about you during his speech, he really started to break up, talked about how you meant so much to him. When you hear that, first of all, what does that mean to you? And secondly, what did you see in him that you think other people may have overlooked?
Yeah, tough to describe what it means to me. I don't know that words would do it justice. I mean, for any coach to have a chance for your guy to be standing here, you know, to win the Heisman Trophy, and just to do it, you know, kind of at the end of such a long journey that we've had together. It's very special. You know, we're obviously very close. We've been through a lot together, and so that's a proud moment. That's certainly something that I'll never forget. Yeah, I don't know that I saw anything different. You know, I just gave him an opportunity. You know, Bob and I, when we came in, we opened that competition up. He won the job. He showed me very early on that he had what it takes inside of him to be a great player for us, and then he's done one of the toughest things to do, which is after you have success, continue to stay hungry, you know, continue to, you know, allow yourself to be coached, continue to listen, and he's done that. That's why he's improved.
Coach, front right.
Dean Blevins, News 9. Yeah. Lincoln, can you talk a little bit more maybe about that seamless transition of how unique it was of Bob handing the baton to you and the success you've had, but how important, of course, Baker has been in that process?
Oh, he's been critical. You know, without him, without the way that, you know, the team's played, you know, my first 2 years in Norman, I mean, I wouldn't be the head coach. I think that's pretty obvious. And yeah, and then, you know, Bob obviously deserves a ton of credit in this. You know, we were talking after, and he was, you know, very gracious like he always is about Baker, about myself, and I said, you know, you're the one though that had the vision, you know, initially to bring us all together. And so yeah, it was an effort by him, you know, all the people involved with the University of Oklahoma to make it happen so seamlessly, and then like, our staff, our players are buying in so much this season. Baker's been a big part of it, but certainly so much have our other players and our staff.
Coach, right to the left.
Coach Matt Napolitano, Fox News Radio. Is there an instance that you can bring to mind that makes you think of Baker and say, wow, this kid is going to be holding the Heisman Trophy at some point?
Well, I don't know if there's one moment. I would say, you know, his second game, you know, at Tennessee, you know, as a sophomore, you know, just a second game at Oklahoma, to win in the fashion that we did there, even when a lot of things didn't go our way in that game. We, you know, really played poorly offensively for 3 quarters and be able to win, you know, in Knoxville, you know, 110,000, and him to handle it the way he did and play as well as he did then. I felt like at that point, I felt like if we could progress, the entire offense could progress him, his skills, you know, him being comfortable, that he had the guts and what it took to do the rest. And again, I'll give him credit. He stayed, despite all the success, he stayed humble, he stayed hungry, and he's that same guy that he was in Knoxville.
Coach, left side.
And Lincoln, Tyler volunteered Norman transcript. Did you and Baker click the minute you kind of started working with him, or did you have to perfect and sort of master how to coach him, deal with his personality quirks?
Well, it was easy at first because it was a competition. And in a competition, you know, you got 3 guys, and all they're trying to do is be the best, trying to please their coaches. So it was pretty easy in the beginning. But I'd say we clicked more during that first season when you go through the ups and downs of being a play caller, or an offensive coordinator with your quarterback. We had some ups and downs that year, mostly ups, but through those experiences, we grew closer together. I think the trust between us, you know, strengthened and has continued to strengthen throughout this 3-year run. So, yeah, we clicked, but at the same time, you know, where we're at now has been many years, you know, many long hours, many tough times, many great times in the making.
Last 2 questions for Coach.
Joe Benner, Oklahoma Daily. A few weeks ago, after the Kansas deal, you talked about Baker being, you might not see another player special to you as he is, and seeing him win a Heisman, what was going through your mind as that kind of guy? Could you maybe explain a little bit more what that means, him being the most special player to you?
Well, I have tremendous respect for this award. I mean, anybody that's ever been to this, seeing all the Heisman winners, how unique of a fraternity that is, I think understands that. But what happened tonight wasn't going to change my thoughts about Baker. Again, he's a special guy. He's been through a lot. Again, our relationship is very, very strong. He's been a great teammate, a great leader, a great ambassador for our university. He's made mistakes, but he's owned up to them like a man, and he's growing, like people, his age should, and he's progressing. And so tonight's a great thing. It's a great honor, but it has no bearing on how I'll look back on him or how I'll think of him.
Last question, fifth row, center aisle, left side.
Brian Bishop, OU Insider Coach. Number 6 for the school, great honor for Baker, tremendous honor for the team. How do we shift that? Because I know you've got more on your plate, you're looking for number 8.
Yeah, we got practice 11 a.m. on Monday. We'll dive right into it. We said it from the beginning, when you do great things as a team, then individual awards, accolades tend to come up, and those are great. We respect them, but that's not what we set out to do. Baker said it many times. He didn't come back for this last year to try to win the Heisman Trophy. Orlando Brown didn't come back to try to win the Allen. Mark Andrews didn't come back to try to win the Mackey. We came back trying to win first a Big 12 championship, which we've done that, and then now have a chance to compete for national championship. So Baker, the rest of our team will be solely focused on that.
Thanks very much, Coach.